Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Northwoods Cooking. As always, I'm Jake, and today you can see we're back in the kitchen. I'd also like to say thank you for being here. It means a lot that you tune into these videos, and I greatly appreciate it. What we got on tap for today is, I don't even know what you would call it, a side dish maybe, or a sauce, if you will. Something that goes with tortilla chips. You could put it on a cheesesteak. Could be a base for a chili con queso. Like tonight, we're going to be putting it on chimichangas. But with that being said, the menu item, homemade cheese sauce. Let's get after it. Alrighty, now for the cheese sauce. I have the burner set on 3 currently just to get it a little bit warm. I'm going to bump that up to 5. I'm going to add, I don't know, about a 1/4 stick of butter or so. Let that get melted down. So the base of this sauce is a roux, as I call it, and others call it. It's kind of the same concept as biscuits and gravy, or also a cheese sauce like for mac and cheese. There's not a lot of difference as far as how it starts. It'll be butter and then flour. When the butter gets melted down, we'll add the flour. Get that whisked in, and add some milk to give it the body. Then we'll add the cheese that I shredded. And then hopefully we'll have a delicious cheese sauce. It's the plan anyway. Alrighty, so the butter is melted down here. I'm going to go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of flour right away. We'll just go with 1. That looks good. Not much for measurements around here, as you all know, so mix that up a little bit. Should look something similar to this. Get all the clumps out. That looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the milk. The key here is to stir as you're adding the milk, so the flour butter mixture can incorporate with the milk. This will take a little bit, but over the course of time and stirring, you will notice that the contents here will start to tighten up. And then at that time you can add a little bit more milk and just keep a constant stir going. Then when we get the amount of milk we want, or I shouldn't say the amount of milk, the amount of sauce we're looking for with the milk, we'll go ahead and add the cheese. And always keep in mind that the cheese will tighten the sauce up as well. Alright, so it's been about a minute or so since I turned the camera off. But as you can see, this is really starting to tighten up here. It almost looks, I don't know, like a runny pancake batter. Kind of the consistency we got going on here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add a little bit more milk while continuing to stir. I've used about not quite a quarter gallon of milk. Just as a reference of how much milk is in here. Low and slow is the key here, at least that I've found. It is a long process, but if you stay patient, it'll turn out to be exactly what you're looking for. Alrighty, now that the milk that I just put in is pretty well incorporated, I'm going to go in and go ahead and add the cheese that I sliced earlier. Or not sliced, shredded, sorry. Just a little bit of that. Not sure how much we're going to need here, but add, I don't know, 2/3 of it or so. We'll save that, the rest of that for the end. But now, same deal. Just going to keep stirring, let this cheese incorporate. And over time, this should become thicker. One thing that I would like to say is to use block cheese that you have shredded yourself. Seems that the sauce becomes more creamy. If you use the previously shredded in the bag cheese that you get at the store, it's almost like you're eating a cheese sauce that has sand in it. It's a little bit gritty. Not sure what kind of hair that is, but we got her out. I'm going to stop stirring for a second here and go ahead and grab some seasoning. I think tonight we're just going to go with a little salt and a little bit of pepper. For this application, as I had mentioned, we will be putting this on chimichanga. That's what you just heard ding there, was the meat for that. Um, so just a little salt, little pepper, and we'll let the cheese, the flavor of the cheese, do most of the talking. Alrighty, seems like the cheese that I just put in is pretty well incorporated. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the cheese here. And you may have to shred more, and I may have to shred a little bit more, but we'll start with this and see what it looks like. It's starting to look pretty good. Alrighty, we're back. As you saw before, I added the remainder of the cheese that I had, and this is looking, it's looking a little bit runny, but as I continue to cook it, it will tighten up a little bit more. And I would rather have the cheese sauce be a little bit more runny than just rock solid. If you want a cheese that is less runny, add more cheese. And if you want one that is more runny, add less cheese. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to about 2, just stirring from time to time. And I'm going to go ahead and prepare the chimichangas. You'll see that in just probably in a picture. We won't be doing a video portion on that. Alrighty, so I did have Faye do a little taste test, and she asked if I would add a little bit more salt to it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Get that mixed in. Alrighty, there it be. Alrighty, we're back for a taste test. We're just gonna go plain and simple here. Tortilla chip, cheese sauce. See how it is. Pretty quality texture. Really happy with that. Overall, I'd say it's pretty good. Still got a little bit to dial in on the actual flavor of the sauce, if you will. The cheesiness definitely comes through. That's a good one. But yeah, overall, good place to start. It's going to be delicious on those there chimichangas. But other than that, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.